Boy, it's quiet in here. Really.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome back to your visit, and anybody visiting here for the first time, welcome. This morning we're going to introduce a few guest speakers, and we're going to have your principal, Tom D'Amico, say a few words. We're also going to have the director of the Ottawa Catholic District School Board, Director of Education, Julian Hamelin, say a few words. And we're also going to have Mrs. Joan Macklin, and she's the wife of MP Paul Macklin, also say a few words. And then finally we'll have Kris up here saying a few words. And we're going to try and assemble outside by the fountain, maybe at about 20 after 12. And at that time the police escort should be arriving, and everybody's ready to walk. What is it, about 4 kilometers, Tom? 2.5. 2.5 kilometers, so we're going to be doing a pretty good walk this morning. I want to also introduce Kelly Knowles over here to my left, who is Kristopher's dad. Also at the back, Assistant Road Manager Billy 80. And today's event is a very important event because Canada at present has a shortage of organs and tissues. And there are close to 4,000 Canadians that are presently on the waiting list for these precious gifts of life. Most of the individuals on this list are in the hospital right now, and they are waiting desperately as days are dwindling away from their life. And our hope, our wish, and actually Kristopher's dream is to help save all the 4,000 people that are presently on the waiting list. 24 years ago, Terry Fox had a dream. And his dream was to walk across Canada and hopefully inspire every Canadian to donate $1 so that a cure one day could be found for cancer. Kristopher has a similar dream. He's hoping that through his walk across Canada, he can inspire every Canadian to become an organ donor. And if we can all help reach Kristopher's dream, then we have a very good chance of saving those 4,000 individuals that are presently on the waiting list. And that's what this campaign is all about. We are very happy to have coordinated the activities today here in Ottawa with the Ottawa Carleton District School Board. We are very happy to have coordinated the activities today with your school, Immaculata Elementary High School, so that we can hopefully get this message out to everybody in Ottawa, and hopefully people throughout the country will be watching this also. So with that, I'll introduce our first guest speaker, and can you please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Tom D'Amico.
Thank you very much. First of all, Kris, I understand that this is your first time in Ottawa, so welcome to Ottawa. We're pleased to have you here, and we're pleased to have you visiting Immaculata. This afternoon, Kris will be at our school at 1:30, and we'll do a presentation to a much larger group. Many classes will be attending, and some of the students here will also attend. And it's a real important message that Kris is sharing with us today. And we look forward to hearing more about his story. And George as well. Those of you that attend this afternoon will hear about George's story, which is also very amazing. Both these individuals have done a great deed for Canada. I was in high school when Terry Fox did his walk across Canada, and certainly I was moved by what Terry Fox was doing, and he's always been my hero. If any of you have the fortunate or unfortunate task of coming to my office, you'll see just past my computer there's a picture of Terry Fox that I keep on the wall. I've had that picture with me through high school, through university, and from every job in school I've worked in. So certainly that one individual moved me and has affected my life, just as I'm sure Kris will do for many students across Canada that he has an opportunity to meet. So Kris, we thank you for everything you're going to share. I'll also add for our school, we do have another connection. One of our students at our St. Mary's satellite site, we have another program from our school, our valedictorian who graduated last year, she was in London waiting for a liver transplant last year and wasn't going to be able to come to the graduation and deliver her valedictorian address. With her determination, she said, there's no way I'm staying in the hospital in London. I will be at that graduation. She has not yet received her liver transplant. She's on the waiting list as well, one of the 4,000 that are waiting. But she did come back and she gave a stirring valedictorian address to all the students in attendance last year at St. Mary's home. And certainly she's now attending Algonquin and doing quite well, but her health is the first concern. So one of the things that stood out as well for me from the press release that George issued, Mr. Marcello, was that one person every day in Canada dies while waiting for an organ transplant. One person every hour in the United States dies. And certainly that's why we were very fortunate to be asked to take part in this presentation, to raise awareness and as well help raise some funds. So thank you for allowing us to be part of everything that you're doing, and congratulations for having the stamina to be here and to visit 250 cities. Well done.
Thank you, Tom. Our next guest speaker is Mr. Julian Hallen.
Good morning. It's certainly a pleasure to be here, and I want to thank George for the promotion I just got. I'm actually the Deputy Director of Education, not the Director, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Just a couple of words. First of all, I had an opportunity to talk to Kris before the rest of you arrived, and I think as you'll see when Kris speaks, he's a very impressionable young man. He's taken on a task, obviously, that's very close to his own heart personally, but I think the commitment and dedication that he has shown are characteristics that as a Catholic school system we certainly try and impart to all of our students. That if you believe in something, take something up, take a cause and run with it. And it's amazing what one person can do. Terry Fox is being referenced because he's well known, but I think a young man like Kris, as you'll see when he gets up to speak to you, because as you all know from public speaking, it's not easy to get in front of crowds, and he's been doing that right across Ontario, and spreading the word and the message. And in many cases, it's simply something as simple as taking the donor card when you get your driver's license and signing it. And it's one of those things that it's a piece of paper and people put it to the side and don't do it. And if you take the time to do it, it could certainly mean the difference in someone's life sometime down the road. So Kris, we're glad to have you here. Welcome you to Ottawa as well. And I know you're going to make a lasting impression on these students and the rest of the students at Immaculata. I also want to thank Tom D'Amico. I believe it was Terry Shaw that got the initial call from George, and we get a lot of, obviously, calls from groups with good causes, but we need someone out in the school system to take something and run with it, and Tom has done that and taken this project and got the school behind it. We wouldn't expect any less, Tom, but we certainly appreciate what you've done and got Immaculata behind it. It's a very, very worthwhile cause. And to the students, we appreciate you being here. And I hope that you'll hear Kris's story and you'll listen to what Kris has to say, and perhaps this afternoon George's story as well, and take that to heart. As I said earlier, as a Catholic school system, yes, math and science and English are very important, and we're here to teach academics, but we also strive to develop a sense of